I seek refuge in God from the Satan in the name of Allah who is gracious merciful. Quran topics by Tanvir Kazmi, chapter number 161, Dreams, English audio. Al Anfal, Surah 8, verse 43. God made them appear in your dream, fewer in number. Had He made them appear more numerous, you would have failed and you would have disputed among yourselves. But Allah saved the situation. He is knower of the innermost thoughts. And when the time came and you faced them, He made them appear fear in your eyes and made you appear fear in their eyes as well. For God willed to carry out a certain plan. All decisions are made by God. O you believe, when you encounter an army, you shall hold fast and commemorate God frequently that you may succeed. Joseph, Surah 12, verse 4. Joseph said to his father, O my father, I saw 11 planets, and the sun and the moon. I saw them prostrating before me. He said, My son, do not tell your brothers about your dream, lest they plot and scheme against you. Surely the devil's is human's worst enemy. Your Lord has thus blessed you and has given you good news through your dream. He has perfected his blessings upon you and upon the family of Jacob, as he did for your ancestors Abraham and Isaac, Isaac before that. Your Lord is all knowing, most wise. Joseph, Surah 12, verse 21. The one who bought him in Egypt said to his wife, Take good care of him. Maybe he can help us, or maybe we can adopt him. We thus established Joseph on earth, and we taught him the interpretation of dreams. God's command is always done, but most people do not know. When he reached maturity, when he reached maturity, we endured him with the wisdom and knowledge. We thus reward the righteous. Joseph, Surah 12, verse 36. Two young men were in the prison with him. One of them said, I saw in my dream that I was making wine. And the other said, I saw myself carrying bread on my head, from which the birds were eating. Inform us of the interpretation of those dreams. We see that you are righteous, he said. If any food is provided to you, I can inform you about it before you receive it. This is some of the knowledge bestowed upon me by my Lord. I have forsaken the religion of people who do not believe in God, and with regard to the hereafter, they are really disbelievers. And I followed instead the religion of my ancestors Abraham, Isaac, Isaac, and Jacob, Yaqub, who never set up any idols beside Allah. Such is a blessing from God upon us and upon the people, but most people are unappreciative. O my prison mates, are several are several gods better, or Allah alone, the one, the supreme? You do not worship beside him except innovations that you have made up, you and your parents. God has never authorized such idols. All rulings belongs to God, and he has ruled that you shall not worship except him. This is the perfect religion, but most people do not know. O my prison mates, one of you will be the wine butler for his Lord, while the other will be crucified. The birds will eat from his head. This settles the matter about which you have inquired. He then said to the one to be saved, Remember me at your Lord. Thus the devil caused him to forget his Lord, and consequently he, Joseph, remained in the prison a few more years. The king said, I saw 7 fat cows being devoured by 7 skinny cows, and 7 green spikes of wheat and other shriveled. O my elders, advise me regarding my dream, if you know how to interpret the dream. They said, Nonsense dreams. When it comes to the interpretation of dreams, we are not knowledgeable. The one who was saved from the prison said, Now that he finally remembered, I can tell you its interpretation. So send me to Joseph. Joseph, my friend, inform us about seven fat cows being devoured by seven skinny cows, and seven green spikes and other shriveled. I wish to go back with some information for the people. He said, what you cultivate during the next 7 years, when the time of harvest comes, leave the grains in the spikes, except for what you eat. After that, 7 years of drought will come, which will consume most of what you stored for them. After that, a year will come that brings relief for the people, and they will once again press juice. The king said, bring him to me. When the messengers came to him, he said, go back to your lord and ask him to investigate the women who cut their hands. My lord is fully aware of their schemes. Said the king said to the woman, what do you know about the incident when you tried to seduce Joseph? They said, God forbid we did not know of anything evil committed by him. The wife of the governor said, now the truth has prevailed. I am the one who tried to seduce him, and he was the truthful one. Joseph, Surah 12, verse 100. He, Joseph, raised his parents upon the throne. They, Joseph's brothers, fell prostrate before him. He said, O my father, this is the fulfillment of my Lord's dream. My Lord has made it come true. He has blessed me, delivered me from the prison, and brought you from the desert, after the devil had driven a wedge between me and my brothers. My Lord is most kind towards whomever he wills. He is the knower, the most wise. My Lord, you have given me kingship and taught me the interpretation of dreams. Initiator of the heavens and earth, you are my Lord and Master in this life and in the hereafter. Let me die as a submitter Muslim and count me with the righteous. Al Safat, Surah 37, verse 102. When he grew enough to work with him, when he grew enough to work with him, Abraham, he said, my son, I see in a dream that I am sacrificing you. What do you think? He said, O my father, do what you are commanded to do. You will find me, Allah willing, patient. They both submitted, and he put his forehead down to sacrifice him. We called him, O Abraham, you have believed the dream. We thus reward the righteous. That was an exacting test indeed. We ransomed him with a great sacrifice, and we preserved his history for subsequent generations. Peace be upon Abraham. We thus reward the righteous. Al Zumar, Surah 39, verse 42. God puts the souls to death when the end of their life comes, and also at the time of sleep. Thus He takes some back during their sleep, while others are allowed to continue living until the end of their predetermined interim. This should provide lessons for people who reflect. Sadaqallahu Azim.